I can't guarantee that I'll know all the 7 hits that were 7 most terrifying one-hit kills that'll ruin your whole game. So, yeah, there's that. But, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. Sending out a lot of love, ladies and gentlemen, and like-ins alike. But this is the 7 most terrifying one-hit kills that'll ruin your whole game by Outside Xbox. So, Outside Xbox, and over to you guys. If you want me to take down my video, I do not mind. Other than that, if you would like to be a like-in, accept the bite, join the bloodline, and hit that button down below and become a part of the like-ins. Now, other than that, let's go. I don't even know what's going on.
In the real human world, we are brittle bone mechs piloted by squishy brains surrounded by a fleshy casing that has an armor rating of 0. As such,
I want to run that back because that was beautiful writing. And before I continue, if you want me to watch anything, any videos, you know the dealio. Links are all down below.
In the real human world, we are brittle bone mechs piloted by squishy brains surrounded by a fleshy casing that has an armor rating of 0. As such, we are what you would probably describe as fragile. Not so in video games, where the characters we occupy regularly take hits that would fell an elephant, only to pop right back up again ready to rumble. There are some enemies, though, who have access to special attacks so powerful that they can kill you in a single hit, leaving you blinking at a game over screen and wondering what the hell just happened.
The Witch was ridiculous.
Here are 7 of the most terrifying one-hit kills that will ruin your entire game. Enjoy, and beware spoilers ahead for the following.
Dark Souls 3, Resident Evil, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, Left 4 Dead, The Evil Within, okay, Final Fantasy, I won't know, Mass Effect, maybe. Dark Eater Meter. I feel like there's a bunch of moments in Dark Souls.
It should come as no surprise to learn that everything in Dark Souls 3 is trying to kill you.
Yes.
Even the furniture.
Yeah, that's okay. Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say a mimic can be a one-hit kill depending on like your health and armor. So technically, that is not just a terrifying one-hit kill, but a fucking annoying one.
Some enemies are trying just that little bit harder, though. Obviously, the game's many bosses hit hard and can deal out a ton of damage, but there is one enemy with an attack so audaciously, breathtakingly deadly that it is legitimately terrifying to behold. I'm talking about Dark Eater Midir, an optional boss from Dark Souls 3's Ringed City DLC that you can fight if you knock him off a cliff. Needless to say, that doesn't put him in a good mood. Midir is a huge crystalline black dragon who can fly, attacks with claw swipes and tail whips, and, as if that wasn't enough, can also breathe fire. But this is Dark Souls, like 90% of the stuff you fight can fly and hit you with claws and breathe.
Dark Eater Meter is by far the soundtrack. First of all, beautiful boss design. Love dragons, come on now. Beautiful black, crystalline black dragon, amazing. But that soundtrack, oh my gosh, we still talk about it. Me and my bro, we still talk about it to this day and play it here and there.
Fire. It's just such, what sets Midir apart is his focused dark beam, an astonishingly powerful laser that he can fire out of his mouth, which is as shockingly deadly as it is almost impossible to avoid, because he sweeps it across the room like Agent Mulder using a flashlight to check a warehouse for UFOs.
Don't get the reference, but okay, yeah.
Maybe this isn't an instant kill if you have high enough stats or armor or whatever. All I know is that for 99% of Dark Souls players, it doesn't matter how many Estus flasks you have to hand. With this dark beam, it's one and done.
Yeah.
A reminder, this boss is optional, as in you have the option to do literally anything else instead of fighting him. How about knitting? I hear it's very relaxing.
You are a long way from home, cowboy.
Chainsaw decapitation.
Guess that's a local's way of breaking the ice. Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment is to search for the president's missing daughter.
What? All by yourself?
Mess with the wrong bioweapon in the Resident Evil series and you stand a pretty good chance of being killed in a single hit without any chance to retaliate. Maybe by the Ivy zombies who will bite you right in the head.
Ugh.
Or by the big sharks in the aqua ring who can swallow you whole.
I don't know why dying in the old games always has me weak. That reminds me of the puppet combo horror games that come out now. That the guy over making the puppet combo horror games. Well, yeah, duh. Why did I say it twice? But you know what I'm saying. And if you know the puppet combo games, you know what I'm talking about. That's what the old generation games like remind me of. These moments in Resident Evil are terrifying, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Embarrassing.
With
Tell dispatch I died doing something.
It's like coupled together with the slow walking and the freaking odd turning and stuff, and the mechanics of the Resident Evil game that I swear are intended to make it more horror, almost like you have restricted movement and shit.
By far the most terrifying of these enemies, though, is Dr. Salvador, apparently the local physician in the village from Resident Evil 4, who seems to have a fairly loose interpretation of the Hippocratic Oath, given that he is now wearing a bag over his head and brandishing a chainsaw.
Look how, like,
this entire sequence is meant to stress you out as you run around like a headless chicken, and Resident Evil 4 lays out its position, re your death. It's for it. But there's nothing in this section, or indeed in the entire game, as panic-inducing as hearing that revving chainsaw and the manic shrieking of Dr. Salvador as you realise that, oh right, chainsaws can cut through doors.
What are they planning? Chainsaw.
Anyway, let the good doctor get too close, something you have a limited amount of control over due to how much panicky running around in a confined space you're doing, and the game will trigger Dr. Salvador's instant kill animation,
coupled
which
together
is as
with
terrifying
the movement
as it
in
is
Resident
brutal
Evil.
as it is short. I guess the running around while headlessing only works if you're a chicken. Leon's just lie there.
Or the Headless Horseman. Chickens eventually die after that, though. God's right hand.
Yo, you find what you were looking for? Tendo.
Yakuza Like a Dragon is a game in which you fight lots of things.
That was stupid.
Roombas.
I love the night outfit with the
chimps driving construction equipment.
Clara's on the digger!
And of course, the urge to just sack everything off and do karaoke instead.
The demons are brewing up a hellish stew. Made of you, worthless humans cooked into a room. Right in the heart.
One of the toughest battles in the whole game, however, comes right at the end when you square off.
What? Yakuza?
Off against penultimate boss Yosuke Tendo, a besuited meat mountain of a man with a mustache as thin as the patience he has for your Dragon Quest-inspired turn-based combat nonsense, and removing his clothes in a conventional manner.
Ah, yes.
Tendo is a former boxing champion turned Yakuza patriarch, both pretty high up the list of things you want to avoid getting into a fist fight with. As you'll realise when your team of 4 plucky heroes who you have just spent the last 30 plus hours strengthening your bond with, levelling up, and kitting out with the best gear get absolutely decimated by Tendo's brutal attacks while dealing at best minimal chip damage in return.
I don't even know if I can
Get Tendo's health below a certain level, however, and he gets even worse, slipping on some brass knucks and getting access to some new attacks, including the absolutely brutal God's Right Hand.
But he's not just guarding, he's charging up too.
When he's done, he's gonna go nuclear.
His trump card, huh?
When Tendo starts charging up, you already know you're in for a bad time, but it is the absolute worst case scenario, in that this is an instant kill attack that will KO any party member, regardless of how much health they have. Inspired by Tendo's time in the boxing ring, God's Right Hand is a massive haymaker punch delivered directly to his opponent's hearts, presumably stopping it and killing them stone dead in a single
Was her move called the Edge of Glowy
delivered directly
Sticky?
to his
Glowy, the essence of glow stick
opponent's hearts, presumably stopping it and killing them stone dead in a single move.
Okay, I gotta see.
Bad enough when done on a party member, but in Yakuza Like a Dragon, if party leader Ichiban gets KO'd, it's game over, regardless of the condition of the rest of the group.
Yeah.
So it's even more terrifying when you see Tendo winding this up while targeting Ichiban, especially as you're likely to have put in close to 20 minutes work on this boss already.
Oh. Damn. Can you like sidestep or dodge it? I'm pretty sure you could, right? That would fucking suck. You have to pay to retry the battle?
If anyone needs me, I'll be at karaoke.
We're dining in hell, hard and
Avoid all contact with infected
the witch.
Wait for official instructions.
But the witch is super easy to avoid.
Wait my ass.
I guess like she deserves to be on the list, but
that's my
it's an instant down. But
there are a few enemies more
especially
terrifying
if you're solo,
in all of video games than Left 4 Dead's
Okay,
witch.
if you're solo, never
the
mind.
sobbing, claw-handed special infected who always seems to pick a spot right in the middle of the path you need to take to the next part of the level to sit down and have a good cry.
But she's super easy to avoid.
No, take your time. It's not like I'm in a rush or anything. As anyone who has played a Left 4 Dead will know, unlike most zombies, who you just blast away at until they fall over, the witch has to be handled with special caution.
Yeah.
Flashlights need to be turned off, weapons lowered, and everyone needs to creep around like they're trying to...
Oh, I thought he said like she needed to be handled with special caution, as in like trying to take her on, because then you still gotta fill her full of bullets. But
deliver a Christmas stocking to a lightly sleeping child's bedroom, lest you accidentally do something too noisy or provocative and startle the witch.
Yeah, sounds like a witch. No light.
The reason that startling the witch is a bad thing is that the witch is the only enemy in the game capable of incapacitating a survivor in a single hit. Once startled, she emits a piercing shriek and then...
You know what I just realized?
And makes a beeline for the player responsible, knocking them instantly to the ground and incapacitating them. An experience that is as terrifying as it is super terrifying.
It is terrifying. You're not gonna lie, it is terrifying. It is terrifying. I just forgot that the list was called Terrifying, and low-key Tendo, the one with the little, you know, boxing super right god hand punch. He can't belong on this list. It's supposed to be terrifying. But as for the witch is super easy to avoid though, like super easy. There was a mission, I swear, where there was like a bunch of missions. I think it's actually this one right here, where they were like walking through the fields. But I stopped the video and paused because I just thought about it. SCP-096, I think. Shy Guy? I think it is. SCP-096. Is that where the inspiration for Shy Guy came from? Because I just connected that now. What the fuck? That's so cool if it is.
The witch will then merrily slash away at you, flinging your precious vitals into the air like spilled candy from a meat piñata, until one of your teammates shoots her off you, or you die.
She is an instant down though, she reaches you.
If you're playing on expert difficulty, however, the formalities are out of the window, and the witch will just instantly kill your character regardless of your level of health or whether you've already been downed on the stage before.
Okay. That makes sense for a more realistic situation.
Real time saver, frankly.
Oh, the evil within. That, yeah. These last two deserve to definitely be on the list.
There's very little that's pleasant about Laura, a creature from survival horror fright fest, The Evil Within, who is made up of equal parts.
There's very little that's pleasant about The Evil Within in general.
Twisted, grasping limbs, hair, and screaming.
Yup.
While Laura is terrifying to look at, she also has the skills to back up her monstrous appearance, being all but impervious to everything but fire, and having the ability to teleport, and most unpleasantly, she can also spawn from any corpse lying around the environment.
Wow. Watching this, shout out to one of my bros, Darius, I will never play this. I will still continue to watch people play this. I will never play this myself. I don't think I can handle it. You know, I take on horror games, and I'm a beast. But this is something I don't think I can handle.
Seeing as how Laura has been through here...
You see how she's describing this thing and then like watching it on the screen?
There are a lot of corpses.
I'm alright.
If all that wasn't incentive enough to keep as far away from Laura as possible, how's this? If you let Laura get too close, she will lunge at you, arms outstretched. If this connects, it's all aboard the 515 to insta-kill junction as Laura knocks your character, grizzled cop Sebastian Castellanos, onto his back and then proceeds to just go ham on his face with her many arms.
Oh my god.
Probably, Laura, you could have stopped after the first blow, I'd say. But hey, you're the monster. Don't let me tell you how to do your job.
Yeah. Knife murder? Final Fantasy, so I will not know this one. This seems like a
When you think of Final Fantasy VII enemies, you generally think of giant insectoid monsters, or maybe that floating pumpkin called, let me just check my notes here, Dorky Face.
Did he not play Dorky Face?
One for the ages. However, Final Fantasy VII's most
I've still, to this day, never played a Final Fantasy.
Terrifying enemy isn't either of those, but rather a weird lizard thing in a hooded robe, carrying a lantern and a massive f***off kitchen knife.
It can one-shot you?
I am, of course, referring to Master Tonberry, an upgraded version of the regular Tonberry enemy, who gets a star over his head and a massively increased health pool of 44,444 hit points. So chosen because of the Chinese and Japanese words for four, which both sound identical to the word for death. Chill. Much like a tiny reptilian Michael Myers, Master Tonberry's battle strategy is to walk slowly towards you, brandishing a big knife. Each turn, it walks 2 steps towards you. You can attack it once per character per turn, but any additional attacks will incur retaliation in the form of the move Everybody's Grudge, which is unblockable and inflicts damage equal to the number of people that character has killed, multiplied by 10. So apparently, Master Tonberry has also been watching your murder career with interest. Very chill. Worst of all, though, if you come within stabbing range of Master Tonberry and his big old knife, he will just shank you there and then, which will instantly kill whichever unlucky party member is on the receiving end, regardless of their HP. Turns out, Final Fantasy VII monsters can be absolutely terrifying if you get on their wrong side.
Look at him! They put him in the newer Final Fantasy. Man, that's a cute lizard, though. I love how it goes. It's kind of like, okay, has it been like kind of cute? If we're adding the Yakuza guy, I guess it's kind of been like beefy Chad, scary as shit, then something else again, then scary as shit. Because where was it? Dark Eater Meteor. Okay, Meteor's beautiful. So it went beautiful, then it went beautiful, then it went dude with sack on his head, Texas Chainsaw ripoff. Then it went Chad, big god right hand man. Then it went back to scary as shit. I'm trying to say they put a lot of the gameplay footage in to explain it and go along with their writing, so it's not like just a quick top 7 list. But then it went to scary as shit, then horrifying, and then it went cute, and now it's probably back to horrifying with this, the Banshee in Mass Effect 3.
In the Mass Effect series, a Banshee is what happens when the Reapers corrupt an Asari, warping her mighty biotic powers for their own villainous ends, creating a synthetic organic nightmare monster that is as terrifying to look at as it is to listen to. And boy,
I'm assuming everybody has the same fear of things with super long claws and like screeches and shit like that. That's what I'm noticing the pattern of.
Is it terrifying to listen to? What the hell? Obviously, it's hard to fight Banshees because of how difficult it is to even look in their general direction, let alone fire a weapon.
And it's doubling down on girls who are just terrifying. They just have so much power within them. They're the Banshees. They are the scariest enemy types in horror games. So I'm telling you, I'm terrified. I'm literally absolutely terrified. Anything in horror with little girls, you can find me Scooby-Doo Shaggy running outside. Just not with it.
But keeping your distance is a good idea when Banshees are around.
They have too much power.
Because if they get too
close,
the
Banshees.
They can kill you with a single hit.
Humanoid female Oh!
Get too close to a Banshee and you not only have to deal with its whole deal, but the fact that it can grab you, at which point the Banshee hoists you into the air and gives you a little stroke and then impales you through the chest with its sharp, spindly claws.
Oh my gosh, I just don't like the length.
Of course, if the start of Mass Effect 2 taught us anything, it's that the technology exists to resurrect Commander Shepard if they die, meaning we can get right back into the fight.
And see it again.
Actually, you know what?
Keep living over the same nightmare movie over and over. Why do these enemies seem super hard? And it seemed like it was multiple.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this video about one-hit kill attacks that will ruin your game. But what won't ruin your day is doing one hit, by which I mean click, on either of these videos. Yeah, both are very fine.
Games, is that GTA? Is this one new? Is this the GTA San Andreas? 7 save points that tried to kill you? Oh, I actually kind of want to watch that, but I only watch videos that I get recommended. So, well, occasionally here and there, but much love and moonlight to y'all, and I will see you in the next one.
There's another great video from Outside Extra, who are next door recording something very loud So hopefully you haven't heard any of that throughout, because they won't keep it down in there!
That's how I be feeling when I'm recording.
Maybe I'll ruin their take. Now they like it.
That's how I be feeling when I'm recording. But yeah, this is a good video. I definitely, for most terrifying, I feel like they could have found scarier one-hit kills, especially something from, unless they've done multiple episodes of these, something from Dead Space 100% can one-shot kill you, right? Am I wrong? There's definitely, if this was like a 7 most, of course, but it's not, but a 7 most scary like moments that nearly kill you. Yeah, and Dark Souls, definitely damn near everything in Dark Souls can one-shot you depending on your build. But other than that, yeah. And then look, it went cute, like the fucking lizard was cute. Okay. Much love and Moonlight once again, and I will see y'all in the next one.